I mentioned earlier that the awards committee considers all these awards and makes recommendations up the chain of command, and they consider the unit citations, the individual meritorious service, the employee of the year. And this year they did select an officer of the year and a civilian of the year, but they also felt it was important to recognize somebody as an honorable mention employee of the year. Now, they had already recommended that this officer receive a commendation bar for meritorious service, but his peers felt that his service was so admirable that they wished to recognize him as an honorable mention employee of the year. Canine Officer Perry.
Congratulations.
Good job. Now we're to our employees of the year, and we divide it into two categories: the civilian employee of the year and the sworn employee of the year. The civilian employee of the year is a gentleman who I've come to know in the last 7 years. He came to us in October of 2002, and he has maintained a 28,000 square foot building with about 85 people, and that's not including our occasional guests. And I have to say, it's kind of like a hotel when the Who comes there when our guests do come in. I'm dating myself now, but Mike Simpson comes to work every day without complaint, no matter what the situation is. He's always got a can-do attitude, trustworthy, loyal, hardworking. He's a guy who is part of the team always. Never complains, no matter what the situation that he finds on a Monday morning might be, and sometimes it's pretty hairy when you go back into the cell area. So I'd like to congratulate our Civilian of the Year, Mike Simpson, Building and Maintenance Supervisor. And to the sworn officer of the year. Now, one thing we're not going to do at the end of this is allow the sworn officer of the year near a microphone, and I would suggest that you don't let this individual say a word. Detective Cheetham not only does his detective duties in a really an outstanding, energetic manner. He is our resident polygrapher, and also through mutual aid will provide that service to other communities that request it. He runs the sexual offender registration program, which I have to say, being somewhat familiar with the program, is one of the best run in the state. And he does an outstanding job in that area. He has developed a program whereby there's routine follow-up, routine checking. He does an excellent job in there, and he does our APHIS monitoring. And APHIS, for those who don't know, is the digital fingerprinting technique that we now use at the Londonderry Police Department, and it needs constant monitoring in terms of the error checking and that sort of thing. Without complaint, ever. But when he does, it takes generally about 3 or 4 days. He's very clear about his complaints when he does make them. And I generally have to sit down and relax for a while. Detective Cheetham does an outstanding job and brings a smile to everybody's face when he does that. Patrick?
He gets to play the bagpipes for me now.
Patrick, would you like to say a few words?
Well, I never miss an opportunity. Although, is this on? Is this on? But no, thank you very much, everyone. You know, there's a lot of men and women that work very, very hard for the Londonderry Police Department. And I'm very, very honored to receive this award here today. But this honor, I think, could be bestowed upon any one of many officers and many of the civilian staff that work for our police department. So I just thank you very, very much.
Thank you. Again, thank you very much for this opportunity. It's a pleasure to be able to represent this fine organization of men and women who work for this community. I'm very proud of it. Thank you very much.